pit stop. It's a pit stop. Pit stop. It's a pit stop. Pit stop. It's a pit stop. Pit stop.
Hello, and welcome back to your Purple Pants podcast, pit stop coverage of Amazing Race, season 38, episode 2. We are back to our regularly scheduled channel. We have our amazing co-host, the winner of Amazing Race, season 29, and freshly back from Paris, Miss Brooke. Cam High, welcome back to the podcast. Hey, Brooke.
Bonjour, mon ami. Comment ça va? I can't go back to English now. My French is not good.
Yeah, and they say when you over there,
yes, it's good.
Yes, they say they don't really like when Americans speak the French. They just say speak English.
I will tell you, people were I think that my French accent's not horrible. My French is not great, but it's passable. And I do find that what I found better than anything is I would speak French and people would speak back to me in French. I'm like, oh, wait, maybe they don't realize that I am a New Yorker. Like, that was the biggest compliment, to which I would then say, I'm really sorry. My French is not that great. Let's switch this to English. But I think that they were kind. They were kind people, the French. Although I can't get over the smoking while you're eating. Like, it's just a cigarette in one hand and food in the other hand. And how are you tasting your food? But I digress. I never smoked, so maybe I just don't get it.
That doesn't bother me. I have a weird thing where I actually do have a pack of cigarettes in my home. It's probably like 5 years old. And growing up, my grandma was a smoker. So there are times that I'm like stressed and I'll light a cigarette and put it in the ashtray and I'll use it as like incense. Wendell hates it. He thinks it's the craziest thing ever, but it reminds me of like summertime at my grandmom's house. So I know that's like a weird thing. Don't judge me.
But like, core memory. I get that. I get that. We had no smokers. Smoking was not a thing in my house, but my best friends, the twins growing up, both their parents were like heavy smokers. So it never like I'd walk in there and be like, poof, like it was just a lot, and they would be like, what, we don't even smell it. And I don't it's not for me. But I don't mind the smell of smoke. I actually kind of like the smell of a cigar, but not while I'm eating. Like there's just and I don't know, just
the smell of cigars. One time my best friend's dad at a barbecue, it was like right after high school, he like smoked cigars and he was like, here, try it. And I don't know what child, I guess
you're not inhale it. I hope you didn't inhale it.
Child, the way I threw up my hamburger and my hot dogs. Oh my God. And I was like, never again. So I don't understand.
You're not supposed to inhale it.
I mean, I understand, but listen, I'm used to kind of gardening, wink, and so with the gardening, you know, you're supposed to do something different. So I don't know. But listen, nevertheless, we are back to talk about Amazing Race. Shout out to our good friend Sasha Joseph, who covered episode 1 with us. And shout out to everyone in the comments who was loving Sasha, because Sasha is a whole vibe.
I know, but then I was like, do I come back? Do I just give it to Sasha? Do we let Sasha live on? And
listen,
I don't know. It was
the people love Sasha for Sasha, and the people love Brooke for Brooke. Okay, there was a lot of things. Listen, wait, are they printed out? Are those printed notes?
Printed and handwritten. We got both going on here. I did a combo
like an application. Okay, yes. We love it. So let's get we know you popped in at the Eiffel Tower. What were your immediate thoughts? Because you know me, Brooke. First episode last week, I said, what the hell is going on? Why are we just starting off running? We don't know where they're at. Okay, then they run into cars that already have the stuff on it. I was like, this is unacceptable. I need to know what the Cam High of the Brooke thinks of that.
I thought to myself, hey, Brooke, maybe be positive in the new season. It's going to be difficult. Here's my thought. So the Amazing Race doesn't start until Phil says the world is waiting, get ready, travel safe, go, with the eyebrow and the thing. And I thought, okay, they did a task before the start. So but also, no, I don't forgive this, because my season did a task before the start, But we still did and it was before the get ready, go, because you had to pick your partner. And we still saw Phil in the beginning, and there was still some sense of organization and welcome to the Amazing Race. And like, this was so disjointed. Like, I feel like if they had all been in front of Phil at the beginning, he said, you're going to do a task before the start. It's going to determine who gets an advantage. It's going to this and that. I would have had no problem with this pre-start task thing. But everyone was like, I had to rewind. I thought maybe I jumped in the middle of an episode. I did not like it. But I would have been fine with it had we had a minute of Phil at the beginning being like, welcome everybody, look to your left, look to your right. You may have seen these people in a house before. This is all Big Brother people. This is our gimmick this season. Also, you're going to be traveling a total of 15 miles because we're not leaving Europe, but that's fine. I would have been fine with some organization. It just felt very disjointed. That's my thought on that. Also, side note, I want $1 every time somebody says, let's go, not in a way that means come on and move faster. I don't know when this like vernacular became a thing, but like everything is iconic and everything is let's go. It drives me berserk.
Let's go. You've never heard someone say that?
Okay, sure. But like, it's like every third word out of certain people's mouths, and it's driving me bananas. Like,
baby, you're aging yourself, girl. We got to get
with
the
time.
I
don't care. On our last episode, I remember going, let's go, because I was like, let's go. Not, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know when it turned into like, it's fine in small doses. It's every other word. If we had like a little tracker, I started like putting hash marks, and then I ran out of like space for hash marks. It was kind of okay.
Okay. Well,
and now we're here for positive, Brooke. Also, that's enough with the beret. We've seen it. It's a thing. It's finished.
Okay. Well,
okay.
On episode 2.
So that was my pre-episode disjointed, no Phil thoughts. And now let's get back to like the organization of happiness and positivity.
I enjoyed episode 2. I do have like one major gripe. I don't know if I should give it now or give it.
Give it now.
So my only gripe, and I say this a lot, and it doesn't really have anything to do with necessarily like the Big Brother-esque of Amazing Race. I feel like there's been a trend, especially in the newer seasons of Amazing Race, where it's just like, kumbaya, my lord, kumbaya. You just start running, I'll read the clue, and we'll catch up together. It's too much togetherness. It is too much. I'ma help you, you help me, you scratch my back, I'll scratch your toe. I don't like it. As an Amazing Race, and we have done some summer rewatches. We've seen Amazing Race season 5. We've seen Amazing Race 16.
15.
Yep, and people are helping people at the start. Okay. Like people are like, so I am yearning for a little bit of somebody saying to somebody's face, I'm not going to help you. However, I do enjoy, again, here's the hypocrite Brice. I do enjoy seeing the teams work together though. But I'm like, in my mind, I'm going to give y'all 2 more episodes. And then I'm going to need a little bit of cutthroatness coming out. But I do enjoy how the teams do work together. And I do enjoy how some teams, like, wherever they are, right? Like, will help you to the next leg. And then, like, we might be with a bunch of different people, and then I'll help these people. So it is interesting. But again, I also think that it is strategic. And I got
a real problem with it.
Yeah, but I also think it's Big Brother. And, you know, in Big Brother, you need to be a part of the majority alliance at first.
This is not Big Brother.
But it is a Big Brother of Amazing Race. So it's like we have to think about some of the nuances that we are seeing here. So that's where I'm like, okay, I understand, especially in the first 2 episodes of Big Brother, you want to be a part of that main alliance. You need to be a part of that core alliance. And then as the season progresses, the core alliance starts getting these sub-alliances. The sub-alliances start breaking out. So that's why I'm saying I'm going to give it 2 more episodes before I need to start seeing the come out.
Okay. Side note, Survivor, Jacob Derwin just sent me a message. Don't know what it says, but I just saw it pop up. So, hey, Jacob. Okay, anyway, unrelated. Here's my issue. You know what? We'll talk about it when we get to it because we could do this all day. It's something. Okay, so I will say the one thing that last week's podcast did not have was a ton of, or I hadn't seen the episode when I watched the podcast because the podcast I got overseas. The episode I did not. So I did not really know like the tasks and stuff. It was great. But we're going back to like, here's what happened. Here's who finished where. If you don't like that, write in. I can be replaced. I got no problem with that. Okay, so here's what happened on episode 2. We're going from the Netherlands to Prague in the Czech Republic. So they're traveling by train 62 miles from the Netherlands to Prague. I think the total mile count here is going to be a Ricky and Sacer season. I also think the total winner count is probably going to be like a Ricky and Sacer season. This is what we're seeing now. There is a dominating force. I like the dominating force, so I'm not really mad about it. But I'd be curious to see if anybody else is going to win a leg of the amazing race. So we have Jag and Jazz, who set off at 10:59 in the morning. I like their little vignette, which is they want people who looked like us on TV growing up, and we want to be representative, and we want people to look at us and say, "Oh, I look like them. I can do this too." Love that.
Can we talk about how cute they were as kids dressed up in their little 90s outfit? Like, oh my God, Jag and Jazz are like, first of all, they're attractive men now, but they were cutie patootie babies. I was just loving seeing them as babies. And yes, I love the representation of like little brown boys being able to see these, and again, on these first 2 episodes, them killing and dominating the amazing race. So I absolutely love it, but I just love the cuteness of them. Then I think it was like Jag or Jazz was on Jag's back. Like they were just so cute. I loved them.
Adorable. And then we have Tucker and Eric, whose side note, I'm like a huge fan. Huge, especially Eric. Like Tucker is a little, mugging for the camera, which is fine. You're going to get that. And he's not nearly the worst one who does this. But I'm a big fan of these two. I was a fan of Tucker when I watched him on Big Brother. Like I liked his outspokenness. But these two as brothers, although there is a moment later in the episode where I'm thinking to myself, the common sense is not so common. But I'm a fan.
They did say something that I noted. I think it might have been Tucker, where it's like, we're going to coast to Prague. And I said, baby, foreshadowing for something. I'm like, oh my God, are they going home? What's happening? But we see what happens. But I said, now, why would they put that in there? Because, I'm clocking the edits. Okay.
I've taught you well, my son. And then third, we have Izzy and Paige right after noon. Izzy's my spirit animal. I got to tell you, their joy, their love, but also their competitiveness. Like usually you see a team that's like, we're so happy, we're representing, but there is a dark side and I am here for it.
Love it.
I mean, I like Jag and Jazz like as people but like I didn't have to live with anyone. I didn't have to live with anyone on this cast for 90 days. She wants them out. I wonder if we said to her, you could either have them out or you could make it to the end. Which do you choose?
Yeah, I was with Paige and Izzy this week in Boston for Brice and Win Boston, and they gave me a little behind the scenes about why the feud of Jag and Jazz and Paige and Izzy are so hot. And I don't know if I could share, but essentially they weren't just hating on Jag and Jazz. I think when they got the fast pass, I think that Kylan and Taylor said
Express Pass. You'll get
Express Pass. The only reason that they're giving it to them is because Jag and Jazz are by themselves they're the only people from their season. And so that's when Izzy was like, huh? What? Like, and so that is kind of like the start of it. And so, but I again love the behind the scenes stuff, but I also just love Paige and Izzy. I also just love seeing the relationship. Y'all know I love Queen Paige, and I love Izzy has this fire, Paige has this calmness, but they like work together so effortlessly. I love it.
You know what else I love? So I have a partner who's much more calm and I am much more outgoing and furry. But the thing with Izzy and Paige that is great is that Paige lets Izzy be Izzy. Izzy can be as fire as she wants, and Paige is never going to be like, too much, calm down. Paige is going to be like, you do you. That's cool. And I like that for them. I like I like the fact that they're so good together that it is like you be you, I be me, but I'm not going to stop you from being who you are. And I love that for them. So big fans. Okay. So then we have Rubina and Christine. Also, dark horse for Brooke. Love these two. Like I'm
Yeah.
just really enjoying some of these. I love them in episode 1. What did I write down here? Let's see. Oh, and they came in 4th on the first leg, like I did. So now I'm thinking they should win the whole thing, which I love. And I like that they are very upbeat, but also you could see they have a fire too, especially in this episode. Then we have Natalie and Stephanie.
I love Stephanie. Stephanie is my
Same.
crush this season. Okay. Stephanie is my crush this season.
Go sissy, go sissy. They're so cute. They're cute. Jack and Chelsea are next, and their plan is to get up front. Hannah and Simone also.
Love.
So I've not met Hannah or Simone, but I know you know them well. Hannah's like a legit genius. Like seriously,
I told you.
Genius. Very excited to watch them hopefully go incredibly far. And then we have Joseph and Adam who want to creep up on the other teams, Taylor and Kylan, and then Angela and oh God. What's your daughter's name? Thank you. And Lexi.
Lexi and I speak the same language because when they found out they was going to Prague and they was in that taxi and the guy said, oh, it's beautiful. And she's like, well, what's so beautiful about Prague? And Lexi was like, well, the guy explained it. Lexi said, I'm here for the men, the ice hockey men. Lexi, we see each other, sister, because I love me a little ice hockey man, okay? And they like are smelly at times after they get, listen, I love a little man scent. Sometimes they got some teeth missing because they checking the puck. Ooh, I love me a hockey player.
You know who played hockey his entire life?
Your husband?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's why I
he's not missing teeth.
Well, I'm just saying.
Hockey and soccer.
I can see it too.
2 sports I do not need to see. Although I did go to a soccer match. Side note, oh my God, I was in London. I went to a soccer match, my first real life soccer match, because my girlfriend, hi Jen, works at a company that had a suite. So like we were up and seeing the whole, it was so fun.
Yeah.
Like just the whole stadium just vibrated the whole time because everyone was up and chanting and cheering. And when somebody
they had their flags. Oh yes.
What an experience. Ooh,
I went to a World Cup game this summer in Philly, and baby, listen, I was
the World Cup's coming here. We should go to a match.
I'm here for it because listen,
in the US.
The men's that beat. Listen, first of all, soccer again. No shade to baseball because baseball a little boring at times because it just goes on forever. But the thing that baseball and soccer games have in common, baby, the people likes to drink. The people, it be like a party. So I'm here for the party. And like I was integrated like I was a soccer fan. But anyway, great.
So fun. Okay, sorry. And then Kat and Alex and Megan and Turner in the back. So that's not important. So anyway, the problem that I have with this episode, nope, that's not the right spot. The problem that I have with this episode is that like a half hour of the 90 minutes go by and we're just on trains. Like nothing has happened. So the short version,
things have happened.
So things happen, but there's no rate. Like it's your train got canceled. Your train. So we have like a whole bunch of people to get on this first train, right? It's Jag and Jazz, Eric and Tucker, Izzy and Paige, Hannah and Simone, Nat and Stephanie, Chelsea and Jack, Rubina and Christina, Joseph and Adam are on this first train. They all get off at the wrong train station.
Baby, herd mentality. And this is why I don't love everybody working together. But this also had me cracking up when they got off because it said Berlin and it said something else. And people were questioning like, did we get off? Did we get off? And Joseph's like, it says Berlin. We're here. It's like, no, Joseph. Read the whole thing, Joseph. And then they discover that they potentially missed the train.
How are you not on the train asking people how are you not quadruple checking? There's 2 Berlin stations, my dudes. Like I have no sympathy for this. Like
so
this is like
where herd mentality I feel like is not great in the race because when you're with everybody, you're more than likely to kind of just talk and chat amongst each other. If you are by yourself, you'll worry like, where is everyone else? You're more likely to now double check, figure things out. That's why like I love it when you see a team that doesn't understand if they're in first, last, or in the middle, and they're by themselves. So you're right. This herd mentality kind of shakes things up. But what I love was that Jag and Jazz said, we're not about to wait there here with these people. We're going to go see what we could do and get in these other tickets and figuring stuff out. And then
I love that too. Oh, I love that too. But if I'm with 8 teams on a train, I'm sneaking off and asking somebody who works on that train, like, just can I double check? And when they tell me that it's one stop after the stop where everyone else is going to get off, I'm just going to be like, oh, I forgot. And then accidentally stay on that train for one extra stop. I'm not about to, like, just to pick. It's fine. It's early. Race blinders are real. You see Berlin, you jump off. Fine. But what does happen, go ahead,
is, again, shout out to Joseph, because while the other teams got back on the train after they missed it, Joseph and his brother went up to the little boop, boop, dot, boop, deep, beep, beep, and they saw another train that goes directly into Prague. Now, this, in my mind, eliminates my kumbaya moment where it's like, yes.
I mean, he does go tell 2 other teams about it. So
but listen, but there is that. However, I'll take 3 teams instead of 37 teams working together. We got to work with what we got, Brooke.
Okay, you're right. That's fair. So 5 of the 8 teams get back on the train to go try and catch their connection. 3 of the teams, Jag and Jazz, Joseph and Adam, and Natalie and Stephanie, are now a trio for the rest of this leg of the race, and they get on this other train. So that train gets them in at 8:15. The regular train with those other 5 teams gets them in at 9:20 something. The last 4 teams or whatever,
3.
3, but then you have Megan and Matt, who are on a train that's supposed to get you in at 10 something. They meet up with Taylor, Kylan, Kat and Alex, and Angela, and oh my God,
Lexi. Ice Hockey Lex.
I mean, I don't need to remember it after this episode. So anyway, I'm sorry, my brain. Anyway, so these 3 are on a train that's supposed to get them in at 9:20. However, their connection just gets canceled because why not? And then Matt and Megan meet up with them. So we have a 4-way tie for last, a 5-way tie for middle, and a 3-way tie in the front. This is 34 minutes into the episode. We've seen no tasks and no nothing, but I guess it's fine.
I wasn't this mad at it because it was a lot to kind of keep up where the teams are. People are breaking apart. They got layovers. It was. I enjoy trains, so
I enjoy trains too. Actually, really like being on a train. Actually, very much enjoy like train culture, like a long train ride. I'm a fan of. But I feel like there could have been an extra task. I gotta turn this down. There could have been an extra task and less travel drama. But I mean, if you're Tucker and Eric, you think there was one task the entire day. You had to walk 10 feet on a plank and all of a sudden you go to the pit stop. I mean, thank God Amazing Race didn't just do that. So we get to wherever. And then we see the first clue is the roadblock. And it says, who wants a breath of fresh air? I would have loved this task. Is this for you?
I could have done this. I'm not scared of heights. I would have been a little shaky, but I absolutely could have done this because it wasn't that really hard. You just walk to the end, pull up a thing, and pull it back. So
but not how there's a cemetery below you.
Well, I mean, yeah, I think
hilarious.
I think Jazz was like, "Why is there a cemetery?"
I was like, if I fall now, at least I'm in the right spot. You know, like that's okay.
I got emotional for 2 people on this task. One for Adam, knowing that I think he's a type A diabetic, where his body type 1, so he doesn't make insulin. And I never made the correlation that like if you're nervous and your body is like, I never thought that like could spike or lower your blood sugar. So like that, then all of a sudden I'm turning into a nurse. I'm like, where's Josiah and Alyssa? Because now I'm like concerned. And then Adam is like nervous to walk. And it's like, you see him taking like these steps. And I was like, oh my God, Adam, get it together. I was nervous. And then we're jumping all over the place. But Angela and Lexi, when Lexi was doing it and she was scared, like that wasn't the part that got me, but it was when Angela was like looking at the camera and then she had to turn away because she couldn't watch her. Like I was like, oh.
And then Lexi's like, look at me, Mom, I'm doing it. Like it was cute. I liked them. Honestly, I thought Angela was going to bug the crap out of me, but I actually really enjoyed watching them. I would have been fine with a little bit more Angela and
I'm kind of with you. And here's okay. Don't kill me. I hate to say this. Well, not that I hate to say this. You know what I felt like this episode was missing?
Excitement.
I think it was missing Enzo and his brother. I think if we would have had Enzo and his brother on this challenge on the trains with them, just like I would have loved to see Enzo do this challenge. I just feel like, now, mind you, you know, they're out. But like, I was like, okay, I do kind of miss Enzo's ish talking, and just like, I think this, I wish maybe last episode was a non-elimination just so we could like see them all together. But whatever. We do the skyscraper. Some people are extremely scared.
Nobody has a problem. The biggest problem with Adam is it's 3 minutes. Like, this whole thing was take 10 steps, thingy, turn around, takes 10 steps. You're not gonna die. You're like latched in. Like,
it's still scary though. But babe, my man Jack, okay, Chelsea's dad, the firefighter. Ooh, he said, bump, 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 bump. I said, go ahead, Jack. Okay, Jack for president.
Him, right.
Okay, love
Honestly,
Jack. I also love the fact that love the fact that Chelsea said he's a firefighter. We've seen a lot of crazy things. We haven't had a real Christmas tree since 1993. But
was she alive in 1993? I don't even know if she was alive in 1993.
She might have been a baby. Yeah, but I also just feel like, because after she said that, I went down this rabbit hole of
Christmas tree fires.
Oh,
so many.
I was like, oh my God. But also, there are new technologies. First of all, a lot of, because I'm going to give you all some statistics. A lot of the Christmas tree fires were due to how can I explain this?
Faulty wiring of the lighting.
Faulty wiring, and it was the bulbs. You remember when the lights used to be those like rather bigger bulbs? They would like get so hot, and it normally, a lot of the Christmas tree fires happen. Why do I know this fact? But I'm gonna tell you, they normally happen December 20th to like January 13th, because normally
the trees
people
all
will get
dry.
Yes, normally people get the tree, and like the first week of December, the pines are fresh, and then towards the second to third week, the pines start drying out, and with those hot bulbs, the bulbs would then ignite the little pine leaves or the ornaments. However, since I want to say it's like 1995, 1998, now we get to see those green, girl, because I almost text you. Now we get into the green wired lights that are smaller, and like they plug in, and they have a little safety clip so that like the thing that could or would catch on fire is not exposed, and the lights, they don't radiate heat like the other ones. Okay, there you go. You're fun.
Did you ever see the videos of like cats causing Christmas trees?
I've seen the videos of the cats jumping in the tree and the tree knocking over. That's why I don't got cats.
I love cats.
No. Cats are scary. No, I don't.
Cats demand your respect. That's my feeling about cats.
I got attacked by a cat when I was 13 at my cousin's house. We were playing WWE wrestling, and I was about to win the match. And I guess my cousin's cat thought I was like attacking him, and out of nowhere, he just jumped on me and attacked me.
Bacon heard we were talking about cats.
Yeah.
He came over.
I prefer dogs and bacon.
That's right.
But yes. I also loved Alex narrating.
I really like Alex.
I love Alex. And I love when you just see him and Kat holding hands. Like, I just like, you know, I understand.
I think everyone needs a little Alex. I think
that's what I'm saying.
Honestly, like when Kat's like, I'm so horrible. He's like, no, you're doing great. Like, he's just so supportive. Damn.
We love
good stuff.
We love Alex. So I just, you know, we love all the teams, but
I might be Kat.
Well,
Kat is me, and she is I, and I am her.
And I'm Alex.
You really are. You are the Alex in my life. Okay, so anyway, unimportant. Okay, everyone's Hannah and Simone go the wrong way. Whatever. Everyone's working together. It's too much sharing of crap and whatever. Okay, so the first group of three are like so far ahead of everybody doing everything, and they travel to the Charles Bridge, which is full of statues, and they get the clue for the detour. All 3 front teams decide we're going to work together. I don't have a problem with this when you're in the
Right.
front, like working with other teams. I have a problem with flat out giving the answers to everybody. But okay, so the detour choices are: remember the chair, where you have to study like the back of these chairs, like with these crests on them, and you have to learn how to say the names in Czech. And then you go to the back and you tell the guy what the names are, and you get all 11 right, and you get your clue. Or handle with care, where you have to collect 48 Bohemian glass goblets, deliver them to 3 vendors, and then collect stamps from each in what may be the easiest detour I've seen in the last 15 years. What?
So
Very
when
easy.
I first saw this, I immediately was like, I have good memory. Let's do the chair
Same.
thing. And
Same.
so when Jag and Joseph and Natalie and Stephanie got there and were doing the cup holding, the goblet, I immediately had a flashback to Amazing Race season 16 with Brian and
15.
Erica when they had to deliver the wine glasses through the drunken streets of people. And so I was like,
was hard.
Yeah, well, and that's what I was thinking. So I was like, oh my God, no, we're definitely doing the chairs. But then, baby, they got to the chairs and they said, open up, and that was just
Honestly,
one
still the chairs. Still the
of
chairs.
the 8
for me.
things. I said, baby, sign me up for the goblet. Okay.
See, I would have wanted to do the chairs because you know me, strength of a noodle, not fast, but smart. And so I would have been, and very good with languages, despite my recent experience in Paris, and like not worried about pronunciation and memorization and all that. Would have been very into it. Plus, you had so many people in that restaurant who were like, this is how you say this. This is how you say that. There was a little bit of confusion because one of the crests looked very similar to another one. And you had like Rubina and Christine who got stuck on one for quite some time, but their spirits didn't die. I liked that. But the handle with care was just like, they gave you like a crate to carry stuff in. It made it so easy. And all 3 places were on the same street, like down the block from each other. And if you couldn't find them, Jag and Jazz were going to point you and walk you directly to them anyway. So could not have been any easier.
Now, I do have a gripe or an axe to bear with Jag and Jazz, the first lady that they gave their goblet to, okay? Because first of all, here on the Purple Pants Podcast Pit Stop, we love a good person. We love a good judge, right? I love an interesting judge. Jag and Jazz got there. They gave them the thing. The lady said, it seems right. Here you go. Girl, what you mean it seemed right? Girl, you got one job and one job only. And what you need to be doing is not it seems right. I need for you to tell me it's right. Jag and Jazz done charmed that lady so much with their personalities and they so cute. The lady said it seems right. I said, what in Amazing Race is going on here? I don't need for you to make it seem right. I need a right. I need a no.
I agree. I'm into this. I will say my biggest gripe with this section is Joseph and Adam and Natalie and Stephanie find the places. And Joseph is like, we found it. No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
That was funny.
Come over and say, this is where it is. You see this? It's 3 doors down from this one. There's a lady in there with red hair. Look for her. Say Jag and Jazz sent you. She'll give you the clue. That is what you didn't find anything. Come on now.
No, Joseph was cracking me up this episode because yes, you're on Amazing Race in the middle of a street in Prague. People are going to be interested. Okay. The one guy said, hey, come in here. They go in there.
We found it. No, you didn't. But okay.
Joseph was like, why did he invite us in for a party? Joseph. I was cracking up. Joseph was mad. Of course, they're going to call you in. Look at your map, Joseph. Look at your map. Okay, but first of all, shout out to that guy for free publicity for his little coffee shop. Okay, he said, I'm not going to miss this opportunity. Come on in here, guy.
That's entrepreneurship.
Okay, I wish the guy would have started looking at the goblets. I would have
looks good. And thank you. And they would have been like, where's our ticket? He would have been like, I wish he would have been like, here, receipt. And then he would have walked back with the completely wrong thing. We found it. No, you didn't.
No,
okay, anyway, that's fine. It's fine. Meanwhile, everyone else should have done this side because it was like,
but
super easy.
What I will say again, because I think of James, And I think of Ricky that have said this to us and to you, that because I was thinking like for the teams that were in behind, I'm like, why are y'all all going to the spelling bee? I'm like, break ahead. But I also thought that, and especially for Eric and Turner, right? Like, I guess you
Tucker?
don't want to, Tucker.
Yeah.
You don't
Who
want to be
just
by
skipped this completely, went to go see Phil, and really, did you really think it was one task of walk 8 feet, walk back 8 feet, go see Phil? Like, the gods are smiling on us today. Come on. I mean, look, this episode of The Amazing Race, easy, but not that easy. Like, there's got to be something. This is the problem that I have a little bit with, like, just like staying in a very small contained city. Like, unlike when we saw season 5, like where you had 1.5 million stops. This happened
just to get to
on
a
Ricky
roadblock.
and season. Was it Ricky and Sather season with Karishma and
Kashori
and Karishma, where they were getting the face painted thing and they missed a
Oh,
clue
that's right.
because
And
another
that's
clue
right.
box
That's
was
right.
so
Yeah.
close to where the other clue box was, and they had to go back. I mean, when your clue boxes are so close together that someone can accidentally find the wrong one and sends them to the end.
And so that's I do
Spread it
think
out a little.
but I do think that is maybe something that is difficult in an easier season, right? Because also, like, you should know that if you just completed one task and you discover a box that now is saying to you, go to the finish line, it's like normally there should be a roadblock or something that leads you to
assuming you've ever seen an episode of The Amazing Race.
And that's what I'm
I don't
saying.
know if any of these people have seen an episode of The Amazing Race.
We know Enzo and his brother didn't. But again, I think that, in my opinion, the way that Jag and Jazz are playing, the way that Kyland and Taylor are playing, the way Joseph is playing, the way that Hannah and Simone are playing, the way Chelsea is playing, it lends that they've watched or binge watched a season or two. I feel like you can kind of see that. Now, Tucker, I feel like Tucker and Megan, baby, I feel like they've
Turner and Megan or Tucker and Eric?
Turner and Megan.
I know, it's so hard.
I feel like Turner and Megan might have been watching.
Let's get rid of half these. It's easy.
I don't know. I don't know what Turner and Megan were doing. Although I do love, I said this last episode to Sasha. I love the fact that, like, Turner's very even keeled, right? Like his emotions don't really go to unless he's on that.
His emotions don't go to 3. Forget they don't go to 10. They don't go to 3.
I think that there is something good about that, because if they went to 10, he would be all freaking out. He kind of stays calm, unless when he's walking the tightrope and
he only has one setting too, which is like sauntering. He doesn't have
I feel like
even jogging, like you're on a race. This is okay. I know we're jumping ahead, but at the end, you are final 2 with Angela and Lexi, and you got out of that last task at the same time. Like, they got out, you got out, you're going at the same time. Neither of these teams even trotted. They are walking like it's a Sunday stroll in the park.
Listen,
I think they both should have gone home. I don't understand how, if you're last place and it says travel on foot to so-and-so, so you know it's close, how you don't even attempt to jog. Now, maybe they all sprinted off camera, but I cannot imagine that they wouldn't show even like a little bit of a little, pep in your step. They were just
Natalie said,
I don't understand.
Yeah, you gotta take it in. Natalie said this isn't the amazing turtle.
You checked in. Natalie knows.
Natalie said this ain't the amazing turtle. But listen, what's the children's fable about the turtle and the hare? The slow and steady wins the race. Okay. Turner, by all accounts, should have been out last episode. Still in it this time. Him and Megan got on the train. They caught up with Kylan and Taylor, and now they beat Lexi and Angela. So again, I'm not slow and steady.
You do realize they're in last place, though, right? This is not slow and steady wins the race. This is slow and steady comes in 2 seconds before you would have gone home.
Was it a elimination?
No, it was not.
Was it a non-elimination round?
No, it was not.
Was it an elimination round?
It was, but
did somebody go home?
Yes, but shouldn't you act like you don't want to go home? Both of them were just like, whatever, it's okay.
But did they go home? But did they go home?
Yeah, sure, but I don't understand what that has to do with anything. Shouldn't you try to not go home? It
They
didn't
are
feel like either of them were trying to not go home.
I feel like everybody comes in different shapes, sizes, altitudes, latitudes, quantifies, and some people's diaspora is hey, other people's diaspora are hi. Right. And so just because my hi is a hi, it doesn't mean I'm not happy to see you.
But what? Okay, so
I'm just saying.
I'm so confused by 97. Actually, you know what? I'm not. I actually understood everything you just said, which leads me to believe that I've known you just long enough for this to make sense to me. The thing is this, I don't care if you're or if you're like, okay, but move your feet faster. I'm not saying your attitude has to be like nutsy. I'm just saying like power walk, like jog, run. They were just like, both teams. Neither. Now I get it. I'm not fast. And people in the little thingy will write, you're slow as a turtle. Yes, but I was trying. I wasn't saying, let's go slowly. I was saying, this is the max speed that Brooke can move. So fine. I can't wait for all the teams that don't care to run to be gone so that we can get the teams that are actually running. Like Hannah and her sister, when they realized they were going the wrong way, turned on a dime and booked it. Like that's the energy that I need from people in this race. I need Hannah and Simone energy really in everything they do. Because watching Hannah do the thingy where she's like legitimate acrobat, and then watching them do the chair one with the brains on these two, I think they got on their second try. Great job. So the handle with care, super, and nobody had any problem with that, especially Joseph or Natalie, because they were told exactly where to go and who to ask for.
But listen, and if again, I am mad at the helpy, but Jag and Jazz are putting themselves in a great position that if they get lost, if they don't feel, forget the express pass. If they don't feel like doing a leg, they could literally just jump in Natalie's backpack, turn Eric's backpack, Adam's backpack. They can jump in a multitude of people. They could just
but assuming those people are willing to help them at that point, there's no.
And they need to be.
Help you. You have to help me.
Well, I mean, they need to be because Jag and Jazz have given the answers to everybody.
But we've seen it before. Just because you help me doesn't mean I'm going to help you. This is a race.
That is true. I mean, but we will see. But again, they are positioning themselves. But again, I am excited for Jag and Jazz. But you know my theory on Amazing Race. I don't like when people are like too much too soon. Dial it back.
I know. That being said, I want to talk a second about Rubina and Christine, who had so much tenacity. They just it took them 57 tries to get the chair thing, but they did a great job. Chelsea and Jack, I think, did it on their second try. Tucker and Eric came in there and nailed it, even with going to Phil, then going back, then doing the chair thing, then going back to Phil. They still ended up in fourth place at the end of the day. I don't think anybody... No, I don't even want to talk about them. That's not exciting. After the detours were done, you had to travel to this statue where you then had to race the pit stop. The first three teams were all basically on top of each other. And Jag and Jazz, for the second time in a row, come in first place and win a trip to Sri Lanka, which looked so cool. Little safari, little cool dance thing. I want to go. Brice, I really honestly think that you and I should make a list of where everyone gets to go and then just randomly pick a few places and take a journey.
I'm not mad.
Will you journey with me?
I'll journey with you.
I feel like we'd be good travel companions. Well, that's fine by me on a vacation. You kind of look like a velociraptor when you're doing that.
What the?
Can you just go? It's a little, yeah.
Well, listen, again, I am mad that Turner is not putting the turbo meters on. However, I do feel like there is something to not freaking out, staying calm, cool and collected.
Freak out and move quickly. Also, side note, did these two idiots spend money on magnets and ice cream before they went back to the pit stop? Tucker and Eric show up at the pit stop with popsicles and magnets. Now, I have a collection right here of magnets of basically everywhere that I've been. So I too wanted to spend money on magnets during the race, but there was no way I was taking my leg money and buying magnets and stopping for ice cream. Are you kidding me right now? Now, I find it a little endearing because I like them, but geez Louise, like,
it does
you need
make
that
me
money.
wonder to keep in mind seeing that if there are any legs that go on that they may be short on cash. Like, so interesting and a good note on you for picking that up. But listen, let the brothers live.
I will be okay with it because, do we care about any of this? No, Kylan at one point says no reason to rush, and I'm like, you're at the back of the pack on the Amazing Race. Yes, there is, but nobody seems to be moving
I did
quickly.
appreciate Kylan and Taylor for kind of somewhat being, I guess, in the lead of the middle of the herd for going with the bringing the glasses.
They did scoot off on their own when everyone else went to do the chair one, which great idea. If everyone else at the back is doing one and the other one sounds like something that you can do,
take a chance.
Take a chance on me and move on. The other thing I want to say is shout out to Izzy for being smart because she was the only one who knew the checking guy, Dvorak, right?
Yes, right. That's
What's
right.
up, Antonin? And I was like, not only do you know who he is, like you have definitely played his music before on your flute, you gorgeous flautist. So I hope there's some more like smarty pants tasks because I feel like Hannah, I feel like Izzy. Who else do I feel like? Kylan probably. I feel like some of these teams are going to excel if there's more. And honestly, Tucker and Eric seem very, very smart. They got the chair one on their first try. I think they're very good. I feel like some of these, it's not always physical. I like when it's dexterity. I'm praying. You know how I feel. There's always a task for somebody if you last long enough on the Amazing Race. I am praying for something musical so that we can see like Izzy in her element. I think there'll be a cool dance one. We can see Hannah and Simone in their element. I'm excited for the artsy. I like when it gets artsy.
Yeah. I'm excited for like, the ones where you have to like look at a photo and go get and figure something out or like get the pieces of all. I'm like excited for something like that because I think Alex could do really well because he takes photos, he looks at different things.
He clearly has good attention to detail.
Yeah.
I feel like when that's your job, you need to like pay attention to the small things. Next week they go to Europe.
Oh. Are they flying?
I don't think so. I think they're walking. I'm going to keep track because I don't think the Amazing Race is going to. So every season, maybe they will. I don't know if don't know if they said it on Ricky and Sacer's season because it was such a small amount of miles. But I just want you to do this the rest of the time. But at the end of every season, like it's like 9 countries, 17 cities, 36,000 miles. You're the official. That was mine. Like on Season 5, it was like 50-something thousand miles. Like they'll tell you at the end, 8 countries, 14 cities, 50,000 miles. I feel like here it's going to be like
it's a lot of countries in this small little place.
Sure,
like
1,700 miles. Like you win the Amazing Race. Like I want to keep track because I don't think they're going to tell me because I feel like it's going to be a low number of miles. Although I hope, given that the train system in Europe is so detailed and you can get to so many different places. And I think they must fly at some point, right? Like I would like to hope they get on an airplane.
Home. I mean, that's
like the longest trip that any of them are gonna take is the flight home.
Listen, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at the train system. I do love it. And I do think that there are small little nuances because I've been to Europe, I've been to Prague, and there are small little nuances that when you book I also think a lot of people went to the desk to get their train tickets, right? We also saw at some point in time, like Joseph and Adam, they went to the kiosk. I think Turner and Megan were at the kiosk. I do think that there will be nuances that this is the direct way to get there. But if you get off at another stop, there might be another train that can get there. So I am curious. I love the train system. I've been upset.
I do. I get that. I understand. I just hope that's not an every episode thing, but I do get exactly what you're saying. Like when they were at the counter and talking to the lady and she's like, you get in at this time. Like my brain would have been like, well, what if I get off somewhere else? for a little bit less. And then, because they all do intertwine, like what if I pull a Joseph and Adam and Jag and Jazz and Natalie and Stephanie? And what can I do to not have a 12-hour layover somewhere else? What can I do to shorten that? So I do, if we do see more train drama, and I'm sure that we will, I hope that we see more of people like taking an initiative. Like in the old seasons, remember people were like, I think it was 5. We're going to take a bus until we get closer to where taxis are. And then we're not just going to rely on one. What can we do to cut down on that time? And I think that might be a lot of what this season is about if there's not a lot of plane travel. So I think that would be cool.
And I think we're going to see that later on as like, again, because I feel like it's still too campy where it's like everyone's working together and we're going to start to see that. But, and I guess, although my complaint is that everyone is working together, I guess at some point in time, then it also makes it difficult if you are the first team to then just pull ahead and not help because you've been so helpy that if a U-turn is around the corner and if it's a U-turn vote, it does put this in a unique dilemma that although I'm not happy about everyone working together, but now it does create this culture of expectations. And so
who you think Izzy's going to vote for on a U-turn vote?
I can't wait to see what happens there because I don't even think we even need to answer that. I think we know. But nevertheless, slow and steady. The season is starting off slow, but I think we will pick it up. And I am always happy to be here.
I do too. I think I have higher hopes. I think that it was, and honestly, I agree what you're saying about Enzo. I think that first of all, their penalty was too much. The herring was not enough.
It wasn't, but
that
no,
bicycle
girl.
Was that the bicycle? The herring was not enough. It should have been more than the herring.
Oh,
but
okay.
Less than that bicycle for the entirety of the leg. That
I don't even think the bike was that hard though. Like I almost thought the bike was easier because it's only one person pushing.
Well, that's my point. Everyone else had 2 people on a regular bicycle moving them at a speed. They had one person. Whatever that thing was.
The bike ain't slowed them down. Okay. When they decided to go to somebody's backyard and have a barbecue in somebody's backyard, that was the problem. Okay. You should know you're not going to be in nobody's backyard. But they weren't.
I don't know. Chip and Kim went and had a barbecue in somebody's backyard on their season. And it worked out just fine for them.
It was the front yard after they delivered their chairs, yes, in Africa.
But no cushions?
Yeah, they were in
cushions?
They were in the front yard and they could see what was going on. I don't know how Enzo and his brother got in that back alley, but nevertheless, we are happy. Amazing Race is here. We will be back next week for episode 3. This has been your Purple Pants Podcast pit stop coverage of Amazing Race season 38. We'll see you next week. Au revoir.
Au revoir.
It's the Purple Pants Podcast. You better listen in public, might make your stomach hurt. Ooh. It's the Purple Pants Podcast. You're trying to unwind, you better get that box wine. It's the Purple Pants Podcast. You're trying to get your snack, you better hurry right back though. It's the Purple Pants. It's the Purple Pants.